At one point, Kenya was sitting comfortably top of Group J. How did we get here? With 2 games remaining, Kenya sets to face both Zimbabwe and Namibia. The sad thing is that Kenya has to win against Zimbabwe in order to have any chance to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Again, how did we get here? So welcome back to Alpha Bila Football, Kenya's biggest football channel, and today we're going to be talking about the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers and specifically Kenya's chances of qualifying. We are now in such a bad position because Kenya has to beat Zimbabwe. It's a must-win match against Zimbabwe. We're going to be playing them on the 15th of November at 7 p.m. East African time. And both games, Kenya versus Zimbabwe and Kenya versus Namibia, our last 2 games are going to be played in South Africa. And today we're just going to be looking at the table and just how did we actually get to this position. So first things first, we're going to be reviewing the squad. Obviously, there's no Patrick Matasi following his multiple errors, which a lot of Kenyan fans will be happy to hear. Well, the goalkeepers that we have called up are Byron Odhiambo, Farik Shikalo, Ian Otieno. Wandwire, who plays for Polokwane City, will replace Ian Otieno. The defenders are Daniel Anyembe. Amos Wanjala, the under-20 captain, has finally got his first senior call-up. So this is actually some big news, some positive going into this game. I'm not too sure if he's going to play because the game against Zimbabwe is again, we're going to repeat this over and over. It's a must-win match. We also have Amos Noni, Joseph Okumu, Johnson Omura, Charles Momanyi, Eric Ouma, Abud Omar. Midfielders, we have Akumu, Nabuire, Aboya, Ouma, Odada, Odhiambo, Austin Odhiambo, Rune Nyango, Alfred Scriven has been put in the midfield, or amongst the midfielders, Mutian and Adam Wilson. Daniel Sakari, who plays for Kenya Police, will replace Adam Wilson. The forwards, we have Michael Olunga, Jonah Ayunga and John Abire. They were actually saying how Olunga has had at least 5 goals in his last 5 appearances, so that's also a positive going into this game. So we're going to be reviewing the fact that the game was taken to South Africa. Something about Engin Firat, we're going to do that in another video, but Kenya's final 2025 AFCON qualifier against Namibia, scheduled for November 19th, will take place in South Africa instead of Uganda as previously planned. And Engin Firat had a lot to say. We're going to be reviewing that. It's an article by Pulse Sports. So we're going to do that in another video because he had a lot to say regarding the whole move because of logistics. The players will have to, have like a 5-hour drive from, I think it was Johannesburg or something of the sort. So we're going to talk about that in another video. So speaking of South Africa, Harambee Stars have already landed safely. So they are in South Africa. They're going to have a few training sessions ahead of the first fixture versus Zimbabwe, or the first of the 2 fixtures versus Zimbabwe, then Namibia on the 19th. So just 4 days afterwards. Now looking at the table, Group J, we have Cameroon at the top. 4 games played, they've won 3 and drawn 1. And so, in my opinion, by the way, the game against Cameroon at home was where we really slipped up, in my opinion, by the way. That could have given us a vital point. I think we should have taken a point out of that game. But Zimbabwe have 8 points from the 4 matches. And this is why we're saying that we have to beat Zimbabwe, because we have 4 points from the 4 games and a -3 goal difference. We've won 1, drawn 1, and lost 2. The 2 were big ones against Cameroon. So yes, we're playing Zimbabwe and they're going to be the home side for this match. And I think we should set up pretty well, pretty solid at the back. The first thing is not to concede any goal. But the other thing is we have to score, because Zimbabwe will be more than happy to take a draw, and that will just secure their qualification to the tournament. So we are in a very bad position. We should have been more strategic when it came to our games. Especially with that Cameroon game. That's one of the games that I look at and I'm less like, that could have put us in a better position. A reminder is that we play Zimbabwe on the 15th of November, 7 p.m. East African time. A big game, a must-win game. We also play Namibia on the 19th, but that won't matter if we don't win against, well, it won't matter that much if we don't win against Zimbabwe. So that's a big match. We're going to do a video before that match. We're also going to review what Engin Firat had to say about the change of venue for this fixture. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Do make sure to like this video and remember to subscribe to Kenya's biggest football channel. And to check out more on our Kenyan football national teams, do make sure to click the playlist. And as always, support Kenyan football. We out.